have a real rabbit problem. The problem started last year when I noticed quite a number of bunnies in the yard. This year, the problem exploded because, well, they're rabbits. In the past, I had a rabbit fence around the garden, but I became discouraged when I saw rabbits jumping through the supposed rabbit proof fence. I ended up tearing up the fence during my garden expansion. I plan on installing a newer fence. It's just that other priorities have delayed that installation. In the meantime, the rabbits have been having their way with my garden. Some of my friends have suggested using a have a heart trap to capture and relocate the rabbits, a task that will take quite a bit of labor. One friend always suggests that such pests should take the swim that needs no towel. Again, labor intensive, but with the added mental burden of being somewhat morally questionable. As a stopgap measure, I've decided to up my game with the rabbits and introduce another predator to the garden ecosystem. Introducing Owl Capone. Al Capone will maintain a state of constant vigilance in the garden area and utilize his fearsome gaze to warn vegetarian mammals and other lettuce lovers in the neighborhood to steer clear of my garden under threat of some old school gangster consequences. Now, how did I get the name Owl Capone? The name was suggested by my son's girlfriend, Rhiannon, who really seems to get my sense of humor. In my prior law enforcement career, I spent almost a decade in New York City. Part of that time was devoted to investigating the Italian mafia. At the academy, we learned all about the history of the mafia and the famous gangster Alphonse Gabriel Capone, also known as Al Capone, also known as Scarface. Al Capone was one of the original gangsters of the 20th century, and as such is a good gangster name model for my owl, and who I consider fairly gangster looking, and I hope he strikes fear into the hearts of rabbits throughout the garden ecosystem. There's a similar owl on Goldshaw Farm named Owl Pacino, but Rhiannon definitely came up with the name on her own. So I'm told that Owl Capone needs to be moved frequently to give the appearance of guarding his territory. I'll have to find appropriate perches for an owl of his stature. I'll let Al Capone get used to his new status and role as my garden protector, and we'll check in on him at another time.